I think there are broadly 3 points that are very, very noteworthy and significant about elections 2024 when we see it in the context of the evolving course of Indian democracy and politics. The first one, I think you may have already read in some articles, or many articles I would say, the southern push of the Bharatiya Janata Party and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Well, that is indeed one of the significant strand of the politics of this election. There are other two as well. So let me address the first one. Why does Narendra Modi and the BJP want a southern push? So what the BJP is trying to do is to evolve and emerge as a truly national party on the one hand, while the Congress is trying or even struggling to retain its status as a national party. So to achieve this objective, roughly similar and corresponding objectives, both the Congress and the BJP are trying to reach out to social segments that have hitherto not been their strongholds. For the BJP, it is the southern region, the peninsular India, that the BJP has not been very comfortable with. The population, the voters of those region have not been very comfortable with the BJP. So the BJP is trying to do that. That is point number one. The second point is what the Congress is trying to do. The Congress is trying to reach out to the other backward classes of the heartland area. Above the Vindhyas, there is a very strong sentiment of OBC mobilization. It has always been there, particularly in the last 30-40 years. And that is a social constituency that has not been very comfortable with the Congress or even hostile to the Congress in many ways. The Congress has also not been able to address or appease or appeal to that constituency in any significant measure in the previous decades. So when the BJP is trying to reach to the southern voters, the Congress, particularly Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, is trying to reach out to the middle segment of the Hindi-speaking voter. So these are the two national parties, one trying to really become the national party, the other one struggling to retain its national presence and expand at least slightly more than it was in 2019 by reaching out to social constituencies that have not been their strongholds. So this actually the mirror image, or maybe the strategies of two national parties are actually subnational strategies, as I have called in this article, you might want to know. The national ambitions and subnational strategies. So this make the first and second point, the BJP to the south and the Congress at effort to enter into the middle segment of the Indian voters. The third component of this election and its politics is the relationship between the dominant national party and regional autonomist. What do I mean when I talk about that relationship? Traditionally, historically, regional autonomists have been more comfortable with the lesser of the less dominant of the two national formations. So against the Congress, most of them allied with the BJP. And when the Congress, when the BJP emerged stronger, they tried other equations as well. Essentially, regional autonomists would ideally want to take or side with the less powerful of the two national parties, less dominant of the two national parties, to preserve their own interest. But we are actually seeing a very interesting dynamic, particularly in the context of the unraveling of the putative alliance of India, what was called India, which was led by the Congress, which is now left into a very shallow skeleton of what it was meant to be. Why? Because most of the regional parties have reached some kind of an understanding. Even the parties that have not really joined the BJP's National Democratic Alliance formally, like some of those parties have actually formally switched sides. Nitish Kumar's JDU in Bihar, or Jayant Chowdhury's Rashtriya Lok Dal in Western UP. Some of these parties have formally changed from the Congress camp to the BJP camp. Even those parties that have not changed formally to the switched into or joined the BJP camp have also taken tactical decisions that are helping the BJP. Mamata Banerjee's TMC in West Bengal, for instance, by declaring all candidates for all seats in West Bengal, it has actually quelled and sort of foreclosed the possibility of any seat arrangement. So what does it mean? Essentially, the dominant party at the national level, currently the BJP, is trying to woo these parties. So these parties have only one option. Either you struggle or you battle the BJP to preserve your autonomy, but then that is going to be a costly, extremely costly battle for these regional autonomists, because the BJP's approach towards regional formations are maybe different from what the Congress's was, but the current application of the current dynamic of how the BJP uses state power to control regional claimants of autonomy is radically different from what it used to be. Faced with this kind of a very strident use of state force, the regional autonomists have only one option. Either you fight a very costly battle against the BJP, or you have some kind of an understanding with the BJP that enables them to retain their fiefdoms of power as long as it is possible. It is not it may not be sustainable in a very long run, but that is the lesser of the two bad options that the regional parties have. So they are leaving, if at all they were ever with the Congress, in large numbers, and joining the BJP. So these are the three main strands that I discuss in this article, which is titled National Ambitions, Subnational Strategies.